Sukhi Hotu, and welcome to the Buddhist Mahavihara Facebook page. We are going live today from the Buddhist Dhammadana series that we hold every Friday and Sunday evening. This evening, we have an interesting topic titled Nandivisala Jataka, a tale from Jataka. And this will be related to speaking with pleasant words. Yeah. So this Dhamma sharing will be conducted by Bhante, Pusela, Vineetha, Thera, who have previously been giving some very good Dhamma sharings. I would like to now bring Bhante, Pusela, Vineetha to our studio. Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, we are glad to have you this evening to talk about Nandivisala Jataka, speaking with pleasant words. First and foremost, I would like to also take this opportunity to wish all viewers a happy Mother's Day from BMV. Secondly, yesterday was Bhante Vineetha's birthday. So we would like to also wish Bhante a happy belated birthday.
Thank you so
Also
much.
to wish Bhante good health and continued success in your monkhood.
Thank you.
Okay, now for those not familiar, we will give a little bit of introduction on Bhante Vineetha. So Bhante Pusela Vineetha Thera was ordained at a young age in Sri Lanka and received his higher ordination in 2007. He is currently the resident bhikkhu at the T. Ratana Lumbini Garden, Puchong, and is also the principal of his Sunday Dharma school. Bhante has a first-class honors Bachelor's of Arts in English degree from the Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. He has also just completed a Master's of Education teaching English as a second language from Help University, Malaysia. Bhante is currently lecturing at the Nagananda Institute of Buddhist Studies in Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. Okay. So now I would like to hand the studio to Bhante to start this evening's Dhamma sharing. Yeah. Yes, Bhante.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Let us begin the talk today in reciting Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa in order to pay our gratitude and respect to the Blessed One. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Brothers and sisters in Dhamma, this is the time that we have to learn the Dhamma and practice the matters in the Dhamma by heart. The world is getting bad day by day due to COVID-19 pandemic. People around the world try to protect their lives because a great uncertainty of life has been displayed because of this virus. We don't know what happened to our life in the future. The most important thing, we have to protect ourselves from this visible virus and also from the other external factors. I think you all feel we need a great protection from every side. In case of the health, we need a great protection. In case of the wealth, we need a great protection. And also, in case of our future life, we need a great protection. On the other hand, in case of our next lives, the time that we have to spend in this life until we attain Nibbana in the samsara as a being, so we have to protect that time as well from getting suffering, from getting suffering. That's why we need the help of the Dhamma and practice it at all the time to have a great protection internally and externally for our life. So, when we maintain our relationships with others, our duty, our responsibility is to minimize the time and the situations that lead us to raise the difficulties, problems, issues, or any other problematic factors that cause or that damage our spiritual life and that damage our great protection in the samsaric life. One of the factors that we have been affected to stay in this samsaric life, the way we behave verbally. You know, we have three doors: speech, accents, and thinking styles. In Buddhism, it is said that we should be pure by bodily actions, by verbal actions, and thinking styles. Someone can say we have to perform the meritorious deeds, wholesome things, only by the way of speaking, by the way of acting, by the way of thinking. Yes, it is. It is said that we have to do that, even by the Buddha. Having remembered this factor, I would like to talk about the first one. How our speech affects us. To have difficulties, problems, suffering, and how our speech affects us to have happiness, freedom, and also the opportunity to have the Nibbana. That is what I selected a great Dhamma story from the life of the Buddha called Nandivisala Jataka story. Nandivisala Jataka stories a tale from the Buddha's doctrine that emphasizes the importance of the morality of speaking, moral behavior of speaking. So it can be a bridge for all of us to have happiness in the sansaric life, to end up this sansaric existence, as well as it will be a bridge to maintain our social relationships with others. So this Dham factor would be helpful for you and also for me, for everyone's, for the sake of having happiness. For the sake of having happiness. I think our brothers and sisters in Dhamma, you already know what Jataka stories are. Jataka stories are the tales that emphasize the factors, matters, situations, or the details of the previous births of our Lord Buddha. In this life, as the Prince Siddhartha, he left the household life and attained the priesthood and became ascetic Gautama. Then he practiced meditation. He left two extremes. He followed the middle path. Then he could understand the Four Noble Truths and attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana as the fully enlightened one. He could end up this sansaric suffering after the enlightenment. This did not happen automatically. To attain Nibbana as the fully enlightened one or as the Buddha, it has a great history from his previous births. He had to fulfill all the requirements from his previous births. So we cannot count how many times he had been born to this world. But the Jataki stories, the stories about the previous births, they reveal more important information about how he could complete the requirements to attain the Nibbana as the fully enlightened one in this life. Nandivisala Jataki story reveals such an incident in one of his previous births. He has so many qualities. Indeed, he was a great human being. No doubt in that case, that is what he revealed these informations in order to support us to behave morally in speaking. He had been born once upon a time as an ox in India. You know, at that time, India had a kingdom called Gandhara. In this Gandhara kingdom, there was a capital called Taxila city or Taxila Nuwara. Just like Kuala Lumpur in Malaysian kingdom, Kuala Lumpur is the capital of the Republic of Malaysia. So this is a time of a kingdom of Malaysia. So you know your capital. In the same manner, when he had been born as an ox in his previous life in India, the kingdom was Gandhara, the capital city was Taxila city. In this Taxila city, brothers and sisters in Dhamma, there was a Brahmin. This Brahmin, it means that the term Brahmin means someone or person, a male person who was born in the highest caste according to the caste system in India. That's a social factor. So this Brahmin, there was a rich Brahmin in this city. One day he visited to find an ox or bull, baby ox. He visited the house of the cow owner. Having visited, he saw there are so beautiful and innocent babies of the cow. Then he asked the cow owner to give this ox, this baby, cow baby, for him to have. After that, the cow owner sold this baby cow to this Brahmin. He brought this innocent animal to his home. He fed this innocent animal, gave the best rice in India in feeding, gave the best water, prepared a hut for the shelter for this innocent animal. Then, with the time, this baby cow grows old. Now he is in his younger life. Now he is a strong ox. Now he is a strong ox. This strong young ox also was so grateful, and one day he was thinking, this great Brahmin brought me from that cow owner on money, and also after taking me, he could take care me. He could take care of me, and also he fed me a lot with the best rice in India. He gave me to drink the pure water. He gave me a shelter. He had practiced loving kindness, compassionate, altruistic choice, equanimity towards me, and also not only that, even though I am an ox, he considered me as his son. He placed me in the position of son, and the family considered me, I am a member of their family as a son. So I should be grateful to this great Brahmin. I have to pay gratitude for him. Having thought in that way, when the Brahmin came to see him, he said in this way, "My dear Brahmin, my lord, so you could take care of me, still you think I am son of you. You gave me the position of son. You all considered me as a member of your family, even though I am an animal. You gave me the best rice in India. You gave me the everything best. So I need to pay my gratitude for you. You are so grateful. I am also grateful. I need to respect your human qualities like loving kindness, compassionate, altruistic joy, and equanimity. So I need to make you rich. I need to enhance your reputation. Your reputation should be brilliant in this country. So I am ready to pull 100 carts with heavy loads. I am ready to pull 100 carts of heavy loads together at once in order to support you to have a great reputation, saying that you are the owner of me, you are my owner. So then people will give you money. Therefore, having accepted my suggestion, you may go to a rich person like merchant in India and find someone to wager and organize a competition with that person's ox or the bulls. Then the Brahmin was very happy and he could find someone to wager. Then they came into an agreement. If the auction, if the ox of the Brahmin at once, if he could pull the 100 carts of the heavy loads at once together, the merchant, the rich person, should pay for him 1,000 coins. 1,000 coins. That was the agreement. Having agreed in that way with the merchant, the Brahmin came on the competition day. He prepared 100 carts with heavy loads, having filled with stone, valleys, everything. Then all the 100 carts at once tied together. Then the Brahmin brought this oxen, the young strong oxen, to the front cart, and he tied him there. He could tie up this oxen to the front cart. Now the agreement is, if this strong young ox could pull these 100 carts with heavy loads at once, that merchant should pay the Brahmin 1,000 coins. If the oxen couldn't do that one, Brahmin should pay 1,000 coins to the merchant. Having prepared everything, what happened is, this Brahmin spoke in a bad way, in an unpleasant way, after tying the oxen up to the front cart. He said, "Hey rascal, you must pull all these carts," and he spoke in a bitter way. He spoke in a bitter way, and also he spoke unpleasant, harsh words. He spoke the bad words, saying that you must pull all these carts at once. What happened? This is the interesting story. He said, "Go, you rascal, pull them at once. Hurry up, you rascal. Immediately you pull them at once. Do it, you rascal." In that way, the Brahmin shouted to this innocent animal, even though he is a kind person, to feed him this innocent animal from his childhood, even though he could take care of him until he grew up as a young ox. At this moment, when he tried to pay gratitude, what happened is, having tied this ox to the front cart, he said, "Hey rascal, you go and pull them at once, you rascal," something like that. He shouted. He spoke the unpleasant words, bitter words. You see how this innocent ox could feel. He never shed, at least he took 4 legs. He never shed, at least his 4 legs. He never. He was in the place. Never pulled the carts because of the suffering caused by the unpleasant words of the Brahmin owner, his owner. What happened is, the Brahmin got defeated from the competition. So the agreement was to pay 1,000 coins to the merchant if the oxen couldn't pull them at once. If the ox could pull them at once, the merchant should pay 1,000 coins to this Brahmin. It was the agreement. But even though the ox was going to support the owner Brahmin, at the end he spoke the harsh words, bitter words, unpleasant words, bad words, not kind, saying that, hey rascal, you must pull all the carts at once. So he was upset. He never did it. He did not shake at least his four legs. So Brahmin had to pay 1,000 coins to that merchant, and he took the ox and went to home. After going there, brothers and sisters in Dhamma, now cow is there, the ox is there, the Brahmin in the bed, lying there thinking of the money. He lost 1,000 coins. 1,000 coins in India at that time was a big amount. It was a very big amount of money. Then he was thinking, he was suffering. He never talks to anyone. He never speaks with anyone. He was thinking in grief. He was thinking in grief. He lost money. Then what happened is, after having grasses, young grasses, for after feeding, again this ox spoke to this Brahmin and said, why are you suffering? He said, I lost my money. Then again he said, okay, I will bring your money back to you. I will do, but you should do something very important. You should speak to me pleasantly. You should be decent in speaking. Even though I was going to support you to win money, earn a great reputation, saying that you are my owner, at the end what you did, you was ungrateful. You were not grateful to me. You told me rascal. You spoke bad words. Because of that, I did not shake at least my four legs. If you speak to me kindly in pleasant words, I will support you to bring your money back. Now you go and speak to that merchant. Again, you are ready for the competition in the same way, but this time the agreement is 2,000 coins. 2,000 coins. This intelligent ox knows when the merchant hears these words, 2,000 coins, he would be very happy because for 1,000 coins also he could defeat the Brahmin. When he hear about 2,000 coins, what happened? He is so delighted. Then the Brahmin followed the instructions given by the ox and went to that merchant again, called him for the competition. The competition also, again, it was also arranged on the competition, on the day of the competition. He brought the ox and tied him up to the front cart. Then, when the signals are given to start the competition, He said, "My dear son, please pull these 100 carts at once. Please, my son, do it." What happened when the ox hears these words from the mouth of the Brahmin? He was delighted. At once he did it. Then he could support the Brahmin to win the 2000 coins at once. What happened is the people who were looking at this, they also gave the money for ox as a token of happiness, then those money also for the Brahmin. The story was like that. This was preached by the Buddha, brothers and sisters in Dhamma. The Buddha got complaint from the monks regarding a group of the monks are insulting each other. Buddha got a complaint from the monks, a group of the 6 months. 6 monks, they were insulting to other monks, fellow monks. They were insulting the monks who spoke the pleasant words. They were insulting to the monks who were honest. They were insulting to the monks who were kind, who practiced loving kindness, compassionate, altruistic, choice, and equanimity. This group of the 6 months, after hearing their unpleasant words, some monks went to see the Buddha and complained these 6 monks are insulting each other. They are insulting the good monks who speak the pleasant words. They insult in using the unpleasant, bad, bitter words. So their way of speaking is not good. At that time the Buddha said, "Dear Venerable, dear monks, this did not happen right now. It happened from the previous time." So then he said, there was a Brahmin. Once upon a time he had an ox. He had an ox called Nandivisala. In that way, having said, he revealed this information, this story. So at the end, the Buddha said, the speaking should be gentle, it should be noble, it should be pleasant. Even animals, they also do not like us to speak unpleasant words to them. They want us to speak pleasant words to them. Then he said that Brahmin was at that time Venerable Anand in this life. That young strong ox was himself, the Buddha. He had been born as an ox. He had been born as an ox or bull during that time. So Venerable Ananda at that time as the Brahmin did not speak pleasant words to this ox. That is what he was defeated. He had to pay money. The story reveals in the society, in maintaining every relationship, brothers and sisters in Dhamma, we need to use our mouth as a bridge to maintain all the social relationships. Even animals, They don't want to listen to our bad words. We should not speak bad words even to an animal. That is the lesson we have to learn from this Jataka tale. So that is what we have to tame our mouth not to speak the bad words, not to tell the lies, not to tell the lies, not to speak the bad words, not to speak harsh words, not to speak bitter words or the unsuitable or inappropriate words. In the five precepts also, we recommend Musavada, Veramani, Sikkapadam, Samadhyana. Musavada, Veramani, Sikkapadam, Samadhyana. Not to tell lies. When you say not to tell lies or Musavada, it includes all these words in five precepts. You know, Prince Siddhartha, as an ascetic Gautama, he absorbed the life of a sage, an ascetic. When he becomes an ascetic, he observed 8 types of precepts. That is called Ajiva Attamaka Sila. It comes as five precepts up to Musavada, Panatipata, Adinnadana, Kamesu Michachara, Musavada. From Musavada, it is says Parusavacha, Pisunavacha, Sampappalapa. After Musavada Veramani, it says Parusavacha Veramani, Sikkapadam Samadhyana. Then it is said Pisunavacha Veramani, Sikkapadam Samadhyana. Then Sampappalapa. At the end we see Michchajiva, including Musavada, Pisunavacha, Parusavacha and Sampappalapa. All these 4 precepts are related to the words to practice the morality of the world speaking, to practice the moral speaking, meritorious speaking, to behave morally in speaking. So our verbal expressions, our mouth, our speaking should be gentle, should be pleasant. So Parusavacha, if we speak harsh words, rough words, angry words, people don't want to listen. Listen to that. Pisunavacha, if we speak empty words, that is not useful. Parusavacha, Pisunavacha. Then Sampappalapa, useless, meaningless. So we need to speak the pleasant words. That means we have to fully control the way of speaking according to the manners, according to the teachings of the Buddha. So the first people share the loving kindness, compassionate, altruistic joys, equanimity or friendship. They try to associate someone, first of all, having looked at the way the person speaks. The way the person speaks. It can be a mirror for everyone to understand how the person behaves. So, speaking the pleasant words, moral words, or the behavior of the speaking. is so important in this life as a bridge to maintain social relationships with each other and also to eradicate the roots of the defilements from our life and at the end of life or the sansaric existence to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. I think these details are enough for you to understand how we have to speak. Always the pleasant words are appreciated. So I would be so happy to answer if any questions from you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Bhante, thank you for the very insightful sharing. And I've looked into the list here from Facebook side. Not that many questions, but I have some questions on my side, which I will share over here. Uh, Bhante, can you elaborate more on the precepts related to speech? Understand that there are four of them. If you can elaborate more.
Yes, of course. Right now, you have to examine the words when you speak, whether they are truth, whether they are true. If you are speak, whether you are speaking true. That is what the Buddha said, not to tell lies, musavada veramani. Then parusavacha, not to speak the bitter words, harsh words, angry words. That is also so important. Pisunavacha, empty words. Sampapalapa, that means the useless, meaningless words. As the speaker, the words are not useful for you also. As the listener, for the listeners also don't have the profit or benefits. Right now, in that way, there are four categorizes. So, on the other hand, you see, you speak pleasantly, but you tell lies. You try to cheat someone. Think of in this sense. We have the precepts about the words, but you try to understand the words like this. Whether the words are full of the defilements, such as jealousy, hatred, ignorance, craving, which destroy your mind, freedom of the mind. And also you think whether you speak the truth, words or the truth, whether you are speaking at the proper time, right time. Even though sometimes you speak the truth, when the listeners are not in a condition to accept that time, if they are angry, if the environment is not good, you should not tell because you should be a better. Yes, we should speak the truth, but we have to have sometimes also some periods of time to be silent as well. On such occasions, on some occasions, to speak the truth. Time also very important. So, in that way, we have the four types of the categorizers in the precepts. So when we come to five precepts, all these types of the categorizers of the words are included into one precept, Musavada. When we come to 8 precepts, 10 precepts, it is also comes under Musavada. But when we think of the Ajiva Attamaka Sila, it is also a kind of 8 precepts. Instead of the 5 precepts, you can observe daily Ajivattamaka Sila also. So it has 4 types of the precepts for the words to control you in speaking such words. I think right now this answer is enough for you.
Thank you, Bhante. We have one question from the audience. We will show here. There's another question.
Bhante, how does one handle this situation when faced with one who's angry, unhappy, using unpleasant words? Should walk away or ignore? So you have to, the answer is there, should one just walk away or ignore? If the person is unhappy, angry, or because of his anger or his or her unhappiness, if the person speaks unpleasant, harsh, angry words, so why you take them into consideration and make your mind impure? So you have to, if you cannot listen, you just walk away. If not, just ignore. But not physically ignore. From the mind you ignore. Don't consider those words. Because the person is angry. These are two. I highlight these Dhamma factors to you. You should practice in your life. When others speak, you understand, you can be happy. Are you not like that person? I am so decent in speaking. I can be happy. Then internally, you can earn a spiritual happiness as well. Just walk away or ignore them.
All right, Bhante, we have one more question. I will show here. Right. After saying bad words and telling lies, realizing the wrongdoing, what should a person do? Because sometimes inescapably, as a human, we still make
After saying bad words and telling lies, realizing the wrong wordings, what should a person do? If, for example, if you spoke something bad in words, if you told lies, if you realize I did a bad thing, I spoke uh, lies or I spoke bad words, you have to sometimes enhance your human quality. You have to apologize. Don't be afraid of apologizing. Say, please say, sorry, I did something wrong. This is the truth. If you cannot reveal the truth, after revealing if something happened dangerous, just say apologize. Just say sorry, I cannot tell the truth, so because of that I had to tell wrong wording. Please accept my apologizes and not to ask the truth again because I cannot reveal like that and honestly speaking. You have to honestly speak, then it will be okay. So you try to speak pleasant way and then you try to handle the situation in that way. Then people do not come to disturb you to again and again asking, tell the truth, because they know you spoke something wrong, maybe it's because of some reasons, but later you apologize and said sorry and they know you are decent. Any question?
Okay, Bhante, I actually have one more question. I will share here. Bhante, which is worse? One who speaks foul, harshly, but with good intent to get points across, or one who speak pleasantly with bad intent.
So I like the first one. Keep the question like that. Which is worse? One who speaks foul, harshly, but with good intentions. If the person cannot be tamed, sometimes we have to speak with angry mood because we need to show we are angry because of your behavior. You do not listen to us, something like that. We are speaking with good intentions towards you. So Buddha also had such kind of words. In Parabhava Sutta, he said, the people who do not treat the parents, who do not respect the religious leaders as the people who uh, find the low qualities. He said Vasala. He said Vasala. The term Vasala. Vasala is something very, very meaningful word which denotes the meaning of lost every human qualities. Very bad. The worst. So if someone speaks something in pleasant words, but to cheat you, you can understand. Then that is what you have to be intelligent. You have to be intelligent. What is the purpose? So you can directly ask, what is your purpose? Then you can solve the problems. So sometimes the words are harsh, but with anger, but it is to tame someone from doing wrong things. It can be good in a sense, no problem.
Okay, Bhante, that is very practical sharing.
Yeah.
Got one last. Wait, let's see. Got any more question? Wait, okay, one more, Bhante. We always talk about verbal speech, but sometimes right now we
Body
also have body
language,
language.
body
It's
language
also a
is
body.
different from the verbal language.
Yeah.
Facial expressions, sometimes you are angry, but you don't speak the unpleasant word. You can show angry mood, everything. Sometimes anger or jealousy or everything can be visible from our face. We can use sign language or body language, but it is related to the by the way of body, kaya charita. By the way of body, not to, it is not related to the by the way of speaking. I think it's clear. I cannot hear you. What happened?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I have to unmute. Bhante, actually tonight's sharing on the Nandivisala Jataka is actually
Nandivisala Jataka tale or Jataka story.
yeah, Jataka story is actually practical.
Because I selected this Jataka story. Jataka stories teach us the moral lessons to be practiced in our daily life in order to tame our behavior by the way of speaking, by the way of body, and also the way we think.
Very
So,
practical, Bhante.
yeah,
Ways
very
to
practical,
apply.
and we need that practical lessons.
Yeah, because it guides us in terms of speaking to others lah, in person or virtually. Yeah, so it's a good
Yeah,
guidance for us, and the importance of speaking well to get results lah, good results. Yeah.
of
Uh,
course, of course.
Bhante, we have come to the end of this Dhamma sharing. Would you kindly conduct the Anumodana transference of merits to the
Yes,
dearly
better.
departed and
Okay.
Devas? Yeah.
By the power of these merits, may all the sponsors, may all the committee members at Buddhist Mahavihara, and also our Chief Reverend Datukteshi Dhammaratana Nayak Thera and Venerable Vijita, and also all other members of Sangha in Buddhist Mahavihara as well as in Malaysia and also around the world. All the people be well and happy. May they be free from COVID-19 pandemic. May they be well protected by the noble triple gems and the deities, and may we all be able to attain supreme bliss of the Nibbana. May all the mothers in this world, when they celebrate the Mother's Day, so may they be well and happy. So, to celebrate the mothers, we do not want just one day for a year. Every day, every moment, every minute is a moment or time of mothers because we have to consider in that way. So, may all the mothers be well and happy, including my mother, my beloved mother. May they be free from all kind of difficulties, troubles. May all the fathers, including my father, my beloved father, be free from all the difficulties. May all they be able to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana, and also may all the deities who guard this world, who protect Buddhism, who guard Buddhist Mahavihara, who support the Mahasangha, who support our beloved devotees. May they receive these merits. May they be able to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. May they bless all of us. May the COVID-19 pandemic be go away from this world when it is at least at the end of this season. And also, may all the departed ones receive these merits. May they be able to attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all the beings be able to understand the supreme doctrine of the Buddha and attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Bhante, thank you, Bhante, sponsors for this Dharma sharing tonight, and viewers who have listened in. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, I'll bless you in reciting Abhivadana Silis. Abhivadana Silis Nichang Uddapachayino Chattaro Dhamma Vadhanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balang Ayurarogya Sampatte Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Minate Samejjatu. Thank you so much. Good night to everyone.